Are Republicans overreacting, or is Swalwell demonstrably not sharp enough for the Intel Committee? Back to discuss, Pennsylvania Republican Congressman, House Judiciary Committee, and House Foreign Affairs Committee member Guy Reschenthaler. Welcome back, Guy. Congressman.
Kennedy, thanks for having me back on. And as always, please just call me Guy.
Okay, Guy. All right, very good. I'm glad we got that out of the way. So what is it with California Democrats and Chinese spies? Because we know that DiFi had a spy, Guy, and apparently Eric Swalwell, the plot is really thickening here, and Nancy Pelosi is just about to say, you guys, it's fine. It's nothing to worry about. How do we know it's nothing to worry about? How deeply was he compromised? Do we know that yet? And are there ways of knowing?
Well, here's the thing. The Democrats, I feel like the real story here is the fact that the Democrats and the whole Democrat Party has refused once again to recognize and acknowledge the threat that is posed by the Chinese Communist Party. The fact that they knew that Eric Swalwell did have this connection with this spy and then was still placed on the Intel Committee without telling Ranking Member Devin Nunes about it, without telling Minority Leader, Republican Leader Kevin McCarthy about it, clearly that's outrageous. It's just more. It just shows you again that they refuse to acknowledge the threat that comes from China. And I often, Kennedy, wonder, what is it that the CCP has on the Democrat Party? It has to be something. They didn't take part in the China task force, which I'm on. They repeatedly have failed to hold China accountable. And yet again, we see another instance where they refuse to call out China in this instance.
I'm going to help you out here on Capitol Hill. It's Devin Nunes. It's not a soft nya. It's a n. It's like the Portuguese n. All right. Very good. I think it's weird. I think it's weird. I think there are questions. And when you have questions like this, you need answers, because he was, Eric Swalwell, along with Adam Schiff, were so eager to jump in front of the cameras and talk about how the current president is a Russian spy. He's a Russian asset. He has been compromised. And apparently, Eric Swalwell knows a lot about the business of compromising.
Well, here, first off, I got to talk to Devin about the pronunciation of that name, Kennedy. Next time I'm on, I'm going to check you on that one.
Yes.
But look,
check yourself. Don't check me. Check yourself.
If you compare how Swalwell is treated with how the Trump administration and President Trump himself is treated, it's night and day. Swalwell was given a defensive briefing. He broke ties with that relationship right away. President Trump was treated as if he were a suspect. Members of the incoming administration were literally spied upon by our own bureaucracy.
Did you know that Did you know that Fong Fong embedded an intern in Swalwell's staff? And
well, it just
Lord
goes to show you again
what that person had access to.
It just goes to show you that we need to have background checks, especially on staffers that are staffing members that are on the Intel Committee. Yeah. This is a problem. And today, Nancy Pelosi, again, refused to acknowledge this threat and just completely dismiss the fact that we might want to have background checks on interns that have that might get sensitive information when they're around these members. But again, this is a problem. And I again find myself wondering, Kennedy, what is it that the CCP has on the Democrat Party?
I don't know, man. I mean, I don't trust anyone. I truly don't. After reading these stories about Hunter Biden and Eric Swalwell, apparently all it takes is a super sassy lady and you're screwed. And who knows what national secrets were compromised? We don't know, because I can't imagine that Swalwell is investigating, and now Nancy Pelosi is acting as his goalie. So you've got a goon and a goalie, and no Stanley Cup as far as I can see, Guy.
Well, I'll tell you what, getting back to Biden, I called today for a special counsel to be appointed to investigate Hunter Biden, his connections in Ukraine, in Russia, and with the Chinese Communist Party. Because if the Democrat Party wasted 3 years chasing the ghost of Russian collusion, which we knew there was zero evidence for, if they wasted 3 years, we have real evidence there's issues where Hunter Biden was compromised on that laptop. We should have a special counsel appointed from day one if Joe Biden comes in the office, and we should investigate what Hunter Biden was doing and the potential corruption there.
I want to see what happens with the grand jury, because nothing ever comes of congressional investigations and even special counsel. You know, we just get these florid, long-winded explanations of absolutely nothing. And not that I don't have faith in Congress. I have very little. Congressman, thank you so much for stopping by. I do appreciate it.
Thanks, Kennedy. Take care.